remember the whole cholesterol debatable argument, right? If you're eating keto and carnivore, your overall cholesterol number may rise or stay exactly where it is. That's not a bad thing, because remember, this brain needs all the cholesterol it can get. Your sex hormones needs all the cholesterol it can get.
I want to be like AI at this point and be like, cholesterol?
Well,
why are we talking about cholesterol?
So because
let's talk about steak.
Because cholesterol is the hot topic, because every doctor wants to give you statins.
Should I get some cornrows and do that impersonation again?
No. What we're going to say is because that was Jim Mora. But again, just for safety,
You're right, that was
because
Jim Mora.
when you're taking in this much fat and protein, you really want to minimize the sugars, because the sugars is what makes the fat stick on your insides. Keeping the sugars down will allow that blood to flow like Slick 50 right through your veins. And I tell you what, strength-wise, I'm an animal right now.
Podcast twins, we are back in the twin cave, and it's just me and Big Vince today. So Vince, do your thing.
Hey, once again, we are rolling, man. If you want to help us keep it rolling, just go ahead and click the subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all the platforms. We love that you're following the clips. The clips are going viral, man. That's really good. So the more we do, the better we do. We're going to keep bringing you hot content. Click the subscribe, share it with one person, and then have them share it with somebody else.
So what you been doing since the last episode with Russ, man? How you been handling life?
Man, let me tell you, it is amazing. I finally got to go out and play golf today, but it's amazing, man. I tell you what, just on that note, just because we are in February, so we're probably 6 weeks into our carnivore challenge. And I don't know about you, man, but I tell you what, I've gone down at least the belt loop, and I can feel the difference on the golf course. Man, the swings are so pure. It's right in the middle. You know, you're not swinging around the belly no more. It's really slick, man.
We know where Vince's priorities lie. He's like, I just want to eat meat so I can play better golf.
Eat meat so I can play golf, man. I mean, and I tell you what, it's a beautiful thing.
Motivation is important.
You know what that's called is functional results. So, you know, and again, you walk by people, they're like, man, you look different, you know, and all this kind of stuff, you know. And I told you before, it's my face. You can see it in my face and my neck as I start to slim up, trim up. But I'm definitely strong as a beast in the gym.
Looking good, man. So, and Lou Chiera sitting right next to us in the office here at Winners Award Group, and he is killing it, man.
Yeah, he said the same thing.
Absolutely killing it. He's feeling better. His pants are fitting better.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I can tell you what I've been up to since that last episode.
What's that?
And I've been buying silver.
Man.
That's what I did.
I tell you what.
I put my money where Russ's mouth is. And where Andy Scheckman's mouth is.
There you go.
People way more smarter than I. And I got myself a little bit more silver just so I can, you know, make money when it goes 10 times what it is now.
On delivery?
On delivery.
There you go.
Yeah, I called Miles Franklin.
Hey, man, that is a beautiful thing. I think you're going to see a commercial.
And I
about now.
When I emailed Jana, I said info@milesfranklin.com, and I copied Curfton and Coach Sean, because Coach Sean said he wants to buy some silver too.
There you go.
And he hasn't even heard the episode yet.
Man, listen, we know that the economy is doing what the economy does.
Yep.
Scary as it might be, which it is, but if we listen to our guests that we have brought in here to bring you guys some amazing information, if you don't do anything else, at least hedge your bets by buying some silver, buying some gold, having something on hand in case that economy tanks the way they say it does. I pray it doesn't go down there. Listen, I for one need that can to be kicked down the road for a few more years, but if
Vince just don't want to believe it. I don't either. I get it, man.
But if it doesn't, if that can doesn't get kicked down the road, I do have a little stash of silver, and I will start buying silver every payday. That's my goal.
Okay. Buying silver every payday, just like Andy Scheckman's dad advised him to do.
Exactly.
And if you haven't listened to that one and you want to learn and you find this stuff interesting, that's worth it. And then
you know what? I think we should link that.
Let's link it up.
Yeah, so it should be. You can click that episode.
Link it up. Let's go.
At the end of this episode, you be able to click that link, and you can go back and watch that episode with Andy Scheckman.
Yeah, he's famous on YouTube. More famous than us so far.
Oh, without a doubt.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
Without a doubt, man. But we got some great mentors. Hey, and the fact that they were willing to come here to Little Old Podcast Twins and talk about it, that's amazing.
And he's a golf guy, man. He's a good people, like we said.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, right? Building relationships, and usually build those relationships in nice 4-hour around on the golf course, you can find out a whole lot of things about people.
Well, speaking of good people, let's get the people involved here.
Let's
Let's
go.
let's get some tips and tricks from Carnivore from you that we
Okay.
may or may not know, or Keto, because I do a lot more Carnivore than Keto.
Right.
And we're gonna talk about something completely different then.
Okay. Let's go.
Because you and Kirsten were making fun of me on our group chat last night.
I was.
And you said, "Did you see the 60 Minutes with RFK and Michael? What's his name?
Whatever his
the
name is.
former FDA guy,
Yeah.
old nerdy dude." And they don't agree on anything, right? If you asked them about vaccines, they got completely opposite opinions. And
Right.
60 Minutes did a good job of highlighting
They
that.
did.
Now, I should also back up and tell you that when what I got made fun of for
Is
I was shocked because I didn't know that was a thing. Vince contested that I am the last individual on this planet Earth over the age of 30 years that has never seen an episode of 60 Minutes.
unbelievable.
And I can tell you two things.
Okay.
Number one is I still haven't seen a full episode because I only watched the 13 or 15 minutes that
Right.
you told me to watch.
Right.
And then I went to sleep because I was tired. And I found one other person. It is over the age of 30.
Oh, wow.
That has not watched
Okay.
an episode of 60 Minutes. And she lives with me and I sleep with her every night.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. So you guys are on the same page.
But
so
why was it so shocking to you?
Because the show's been on for like 50 some years, and I'm more surprised that it didn't happen back in the day when your dad was, you were living at home and doing, because that's what happened with us is,
Okay.
so traditionally it comes on Sundays, and it used to come on between the football games.
Yeah.
So as the CBS game would be over,
You see the
60
tick,
minutes
tick,
would
tick,
kick
tick,
it. Right.
tick, tick,
60
yeah.
minutes would kick on. And I at least would watch that 30 minutes because it took 30 minutes for that next game to kick on the other channel.
See, I was still obsessed with pro football back then.
Right.
So I would watch the football, then I'd watch the highlights, and
Okay.
then I'd watch the football again.
Okay.
I don't do that on Sundays anymore. Saturdays are a different story,
Right.
but Sundays I don't do that anymore. I'd rather go play golf or play with my kids, or
Gotcha.
not agonize about a team that I think is just absolute trash.
Oh yeah, well
but we're not going to go to the.
No.
We're not going to make fun of the Dolphins. It's too easy. It's like picking on
It's low-hanging fruit.
It's like picking on the skinny kid. That's not nice.
Well, the fact that you did watch the segment, and that's all. I never really watched the whole episode because
That's okay.
I usually watch whatever the highlighted topic is that I want to see. But I thought that was interesting because they did show opposing views with those two gentlemen there,
Yeah. And then they agreed wholeheartedly on, and they said it a little different, but they agreed wholeheartedly on what Vince Bell told you back in October of last year, 2 years ago now.
Right.
October of 2 years ago, he said if you can't pronounce it when you're reading ingredients,
don't put it in your mouth.
And I believe that guy Michael, that was a former criminal from the FDA, said that basically the same thing is like, if you don't read the ingredients and understand what they are, it's not food.
It's not food.
And the mindset, my question to you about me watching this last night is, first of all, how are we better broadcasters than 60 Minutes, who's been doing it for 50 years? Because we broke this story in October of 24. It's now February of 26. So how are they a year and a half behind us?
Well, they have bosses that they have to adhere to.
All right.
And they those bosses are probably getting some form of kickback, whether it be advertisement on their channel and all these other things that may be a part of that big pharma, big food, all of these other situations that they can't put it out there. Mind you, mainstream media is not so mainstream because mainstream media, they still have bosses. They only can be on the mainstream by the people paying to advertise on their channel. So a lot of times, even if they do have a great subject that they want to talk about, they really can't bring it forth because the backlash, they got to protect the money so they can stay on CBS, NBC, ABC, which is not a cheap situation. Us, hey man, we're in the cave.
Yeah,
baby.
Miles Franklin doesn't censor us. They sponsor us, but they let us say whatever we want.
Our sponsors are great. They let us do what we need to do. And our audience seems to be receptive of it because, I mean, the views are going up. They're repeating views. They're repeating watching shows.
Well, some of the cooking ones, all those repeat views are me and my daughter because she would watch. She
She
was
loves
a
it.
daddy. I want to
Yeah,
watch the cooking episode again.
you
So
know.
go
Well,
ahead.
I tell you what.
I'll
Here's
be honest. My daughter has rewatched at least both of our cooking episodes. I would say 12 times each.
oh wow.
So
Okay.
so 12 of those views are us.
Tessa, you are really bringing our views up, so I appreciate you, baby.
We're the podcast twins. I'm Drew. That's Vince. Gold and silver aren't just history, they're security. That's why we partner with Miles Franklin.
And if you just call 952-929-7006 or email them at info@milesfranklin.com, tell them that the podcast twin sent you. You'll get preferred pricing and you'll get very well taken care of by them.
Real talk, real value, Miles Franklin.
But you talked about things we've done different as far as keto and carnivore.
Yeah.
And we're going to make this short and sweet. The way I've handled it in the last several weeks when I got tremendous results, I did a 3-day egg fast. So I did 6 eggs 3 times a day.
Okay.
Maybe one time I had cheese with it. Every time it was cooked in butter. But I did that because I'd hit a plateau and I got stuck. And once I did that, the weight started to move again. So basically, I got myself into a ketosis state and I could feel it. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, now I'm ready to rock and roll. And the more I kept going, once I felt that, I just started easing the meat back in. So as you saw the last several days, I had a big, huge loin of the sirloin. And so I started chopping those up and that's what we've had the last 3 days in a row. And I've been doing religiously twice a day, steak and eggs, and just steak and maybe a salad.
Yeah.
That's where the keto part
No,
comes
I
in.
get. I had burgers with an egg on top for breakfast today,
Yeah.
and I've been hardcore sticking to it again, like I
Yeah.
did when I first did it. But I do give myself the Harley Bofshever doctor advice
Yeah.
of like, okay, if you're gonna cheat or treat yourself, he
Right.
uses treat yourself, then go keto.
Yeah.
And I'll go
Yeah.
keto for a day.
Yeah. Because
You
it's
know, so I
fun.
have a bunch of. I mean, cheese is debatable whether you count it or not, but I'll go.
I love
I'll go
cheese.
make that cheese and egg bread that we
Absolutely.
make, and I'm gonna do some keto pizza the next time we do
There we
some.
go.
We talked about we
We're
want to do a keto pizza episode, and we'll get Tessa as a taste tester again. We'll bring her back, probably Big Ed back, and let him eat some keto pizza since he's been kicking butt on
well,
his.
that's what I'm saying. I think
Clint, man, that
we
guy's like a barbecuing machine. I want to go to his house based on just the pictures
Yeah.
that he's sending through the challenge.
So it's not too late, guys. Even though the January quote unquote challenge
Everybody's
is over,
rolling still.
if you want to still join and be a part of our subculture of our carnivore challenge, we have a WhatsApp page. So all you got to do is leave a link in the comment. We will make sure that you get into that group. It's a great motivational group. Guys are sending pictures and girls are sending pictures of their meals and motivating each other. And there are certain people, I've talked to 2 guys who has never posted in there, but when I spoke to them, they were like, man, they're getting motivated. They're getting
back and
episode
watching
and getting recipe ideas and getting or just saying, man, if they're staying motivated, so can I.
We're like Martha Stewart without the insider trading.
Doom. He's here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Please tip your bartenders and
Come on,
waitresses.
man. You know
So I guess
we're twins. We're too good looking to go to prison, man. We can't do that stuff.
So I guess I'll be Snoop then, baby. But no, seriously, it's been an amazing journey. We've had guys. I know we've had. One of my friends, he dropped 30 pounds already. He started at 20, finished the month of January at 20. He's on the way to 30 now. And again, it's a life-changing situation.
Your
And
other buddy who started late said he was down like 14 pounds already.
20.
Excuse me, 20.
20. So
already.
we got one that's at 20 on the way to 30. One that's hit 21. Another guy that basically came out of the 330s. Now he's down about 310.
Yeah.
And the way they're feeling is just tremendous. And that's what it's all about. We want you to feel good, feel strong. But I got a question for Brother Drew. Are you back in the gym? Because I know you took some time off.
Yeah, I got really sick after the PGA show. I was down for about a week.
Okay.
Which is the longest I've been sick in like 13 years.
Okay.
I was hurting and I couldn't get rid of the cough. I hear people are lingering for like 2-3 weeks. So I did get back in the gym
Okay.
last week.
Good.
I've been in there this week. But yeah, I took about 2 weeks off. I wasn't injured. I just was so weak from the cold,
Right.
it kicked my butt.
And that happens.
But yeah,
But he stayed with the
I
food.
stuck to the food, and I'm still exercising. Like I played pickleball with Coach Sean for an
Right.
hour and 20 minutes, and we hustle each other around the court.
Okay.
And
But
yeah, although I have to rip Sean because he has not stuck with Carnivore at all.
well,
So I got on him a little bit because you got to know your audience, right? Some people need a little encouragement.
right.
But there's certain friends, and I'll put you in this category,
Okay.
where like if I text you and I say, hey man, I'm feeling a little lazy today, tell me to go to the gym, you'll be like, quit being and
Yeah.
insert expletives here,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to the gym.
It'll be at
And
least 2 expletives there at
so
that
I
point.
told Sean, I said, I'm glad you're doing better with your diet.
Right.
But if you keep eating all that other crap, you're not going to get the results
Right.
that we're talking about.
Well, and it's actually worse because when you
go in and out.
go in and out of it, because remember the whole cholesterol debatable argument, right? So if you're eating keto and carnivore, your overall cholesterol number may rise or stay exactly where it is. That's not a bad thing, because remember, this brain needs all the cholesterol it can get. Your sex hormones needs all the cholesterol it can get.
I want to be like AI at this point and be like, cholesterol.
Well,
Why are we talking about cholesterol?
So because
Let's talk about steak.
Because cholesterol is the hot topic, because every doctor wants to give you statins.
Should I get some cornrows and do that impersonation again? Never mind.
No. What we're gonna say is because that was Jim Mora, or actually that was AI.
No, that was playoffs.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
AI.
playoffs, same
AI,
thing.
yeah.
Practice. Okay. Either way, but again, just for safety,
You're right. That was
because
Jim Mora.
yeah, you want to have your when you're taking in this much fat and protein, you really want to minimize the sugars, because the sugars is what makes the fat stick into on your insides. And so you don't want to have as much accumulation on your arteries and veins. So keeping the sugars down will allow that blood to flow like slick 50 right through your veins. And I tell you what, strength wise, dude, I'm an animal right now. Everything is just, I feel good. I'm strong. And I have to slow myself down because I want to go back to that old school guy. But the thing with me is, because I'm trying to transform into a leaner guy, but I don't want to lose muscle. So I am still lifting where my body's being challenged strongly. But at the same time, I'm also incrementing a lot more core work and a lot more active work. So I'm making sure that I get a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, because for me, I'm on the opposite journey of where Brother Drew is. I'm trying to get Brother Drew to get a little bit more muscle added to his frame. I just don't want to lose muscle on my frame. So I'm having a little bit of smaller servings, and I even ate 3 times yesterday because I just was starving, because I could feel my hunger ramping up because I'm training so hard. Um, but my goal is to, as I told you guys in the past, my goal is to slash the body fat. I'm trying to get below 15% by the mid to the end of summer. That's a tall challenge when I was coming from a 23-24% body fat.
Yeah, and let's try and help even a little bit more, because the biggest questions and the biggest challenges people get is that they're addicted to the chemicals that are designed to keep you addicted to eating more sugar and corn syrup and all the other crap and the ingredients you can't pronounce. So one thing that helps me is like we have the croissants from Aldi at the house, right? And they're right there on the counter. And if you warm them up in the oven, they're delicious.
They're
right?
unbelievable.
And every time I want one of those croissants, I have to read the label like a child.
Yep.
And that's one of the, I say like I used my anger in a positive way, right?
In a positive way.
I got pissed off at McDonald's and Coca-Cola and all the other companies for lying to me my whole life, and seed oils and all that. And I used that aggravation to say, you know what? I'm not eating your crap anymore. And the first month is hard, really freaking hard.
It is hard. It is
but
hard.
once you get past the first month, your addiction changes.
Yes.
From being, wanting chips and soda and cookies and fast food and pretzels to addiction to feeling good all the time. And then you have to be the weird person at the table.
Yeah.
And you have to be the off person at the house.
Yeah.
And you have to be not going out to restaurants as much. And you got to you got to cook, right?
You
Because
got to
it
cook.
doesn't really work if you don't cook.
Yeah.
And
There is a way, but go ahead.
and you got to do all of those things.
Yeah.
Watch our cooking episodes if you can't cook. We make it simple, I promise.
Very simple.
But you have to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
And people will make excuses, right? I would make the excuse of I don't have time. I got kids. I got a wife. I got a job. I got a career. I got a business. I got. I want to play golf. But if you make the time, if you stop scrolling on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
turn podcast Twins on and make some food.
Right.
And then
we're the only thing you're allowed to watch.
I promise you will feel better.
Yeah, you're going to feel better. Your skin is going to clear up. If you have blotches in your skin, it's going to go away. Because really, remember, what this is it used to be called the elimination diet. So when they were finding things, when dermatologists and other doctors would get stuck on, man, we can't clear this up with creams and topicals, they would just recommend you remove something because it had to be something you were ingesting that was causing your dandruff, causing your skin to bump up and have all these crazy blotches. So in so they would eliminate that, and then you would add one piece of food back in at a time. But in the process of them eliminating all that extra stuff, they found out that people were dropping weight like a crack fiend. Their waist was shrinking up. They were leaning up. The skin was clearing. Vision was getting clear. Thoughts were getting clear. See, that's another thing. You don't have that brain fog.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that afternoon crash because you've eaten so much carbs in the morning and you crash out in the afternoon. So the benefits were found, just like when they created aspirin. It wasn't created to be a miracle drug, right? So they found all of these other uses. And even better, Viagra was meant to drop your blood pressure. When that blood pressure dropped, they found out something else came up. So these are byproducts, but all you got to do now is take advantage of these byproducts. But I tell you what, the clarity, everybody that is doing this is talking about their sustained energy, their clarity, and that they don't have that afternoon drop.
Yeah,
They're
Lou
not.
said that the other day
Yeah.
to me at lunch. Is the brain fog is gone.
It's gone.
Like, walking into a room and forgetting why you went in there, it goes away. It's amazing.
And for me, after I have a long, busy day out in these streets, and I'm on my way home, and I am hungry, and I'm thinking, man, I could pull over here, I could pull over here, I can grab this, I could grab that.
Yeah.
So when
Vince is a firefighter, not a drug dealer. So when he does out on these streets, he's talking about saving people's lives, not killing them.
Or golf. But when I leave these things, I'm hungry. Like right now, I just played 18 holes of golf. I'm on empty.
Plus,
But
we're talking about steak.
And I'm going to be able to, because now I've gotten a fat adapted where I can now hold myself strong until I get to a quality meal. Whether that means wait until I get all the way home or make a great choice about where we're going to go and have lunch. So these are the things you just have to do. You have to remain focused. You have to be locked into what it is you're trying to accomplish. Because the moment you get weak, you're going to roll in there. Because listen, let's be honest. Come here. You're not going to go through McDonald's and say, okay, I'm just going to eat the quarter pounder meat. Okay. Because the smell of those them fries, you're going to get the fries and you're going to have one. And that's worse than cocaine. You're going to tear that whole thing up. And then next thing you know, it's going to make you want more. So I encourage you to, when you get those hunger pangs, drink a ton of water. It will absolutely curb your appetite, give you an opportunity to get somewhere where you can make a better choice. Because that's what it's all about, making the best choice you can make so you can live better, you can feel better, you can not have that afternoon crash. You don't have to run to Dunkin' Donuts and get a large coffee at 2 p.m. or run to your office coffee machine in the middle of the day because you're crashed. You don't have that anymore. You don't feel like this, like crazy, like you're super caffeined up, but you'll just eventually notice that there's just cruising. You don't have that crash. So again, man, like I told him, we're gonna keep this short and sweet. But we just wanted to give you guys an update because we are in the second month. If you really want to take this opportunity and join this amazing thing that we're doing, hey, it's not too late. Go ahead and leave a comment. below, and I promise you we'll get you connected into the WhatsApp group, and you can follow us. And then you always got the opportunity to go back and watch some cooking episodes. If you want to get crazy and learn how to do some crazy stuff, you can do it.
And if you're really having a great time with this and you love it and you're keeping it rolling, we'd love to have you as a guest and
Yes.
talk to you about
Come talk to
your
us.
experience through it,
Yeah.
because it'll inspire other people. And that's what we're looking for.
And
it's free right now to join.
It's free.
So it may not be
It
free
may not be
forever.
free forever. So what we're going to tell you is that the picture speaks 1,000 words, right? So you're in the sanctity of your own home. Go ahead and strip down to your skivvies and take that picture.
There you go.
Front, center, and back. And when you feel like eating that bag of Doritos, look at those pictures and say, is it worth it?
Mark this date down, February 2026. Vince Bell told our whole audience to get naked.
Get naked.
There it is.
Take those pictures, keep it for yourself, and every month take a different picture.
All right, we're gonna give him one last tidbit from Dr. Bofshever.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get up on out of here
All
and
right.
go get some zebra steak.
Go.
So if you're getting bored with steak and red meat, have some chicken wings, cook them in beef tallow and bacon fat, and fry them, and they're delicious.
They are.
Or add some roasted garlic or some grilled onions. If you're strict carnivore, you're going to think of it as cheating, but it's just flavoring.
It's just flavor.
And that's it.
I agree with that. You know my philosophy. Anything that had any animal that had a parent, I'm eating it.
Onions and garlic didn't have parents, but I don't think they're necessarily bad for you.
I call those additions. So I along with my seasonings that I put on stuff, garlic, onions, mushrooms, for me, that's just something that gives it spice, gives it life. And it does break the mundane. So we're going to just leave it there.
That's it.
So what we're going to do again is remind you to go ahead and click the subscribe button, share this episode with somebody else. And don't forget, if you want to join this thing, go ahead and leave a comment below. We will personally get in contact with you and drop you into our group. And don't forget to check us out on podcasttwins.com and visit our sponsors and our charities that we support. And we will see you next week on Podcast Twins. PT out. Peace.